Okay, if you don't know it, you don't know it. And then strive to know it. Hello guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Godswill. I'm a physiology major, and this video is specially for physiologists or physiology students who are into clinical placements, clinical experience, and or who want to begin something like that, and they need some, let's say, first-hand tips to surviving clinical posting or clinical experience in Nigeria. So if you're new to my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be notified when next a video like this drops, so that you will not miss out on important videos like this. So I'll go straight to the point to sharing the tips on how you can survive clinical postings as a physiology student in Nigeria. First thing you need to prepare, if you have maybe you have been accepted by the hospital, like you don't need any other paperwork to prove that you are officially a posting student or an intern in that particular facility. The first thing you need to have is your ID card, whether it's your school ID card or anything, like any form of identification, because most times if you are, maybe you are sent for some procedures without your supervisor, especially in another unit, they may actually question you and ask you some certain questions, especially when you are new there, because some doctors may want to know who you are before they allow you to perform some procedures. And even around the hospital, like some security, it depends on how the hospital is, it depends on the area. Some security guards may want to question you, so instead of going into too much conversation, you can show them your ID card and they will know that you are a student or you are an intern or you're a healthcare worker there, so that they would not disturb you. The second thing is your lab coat. There is this confidence that comes with you putting on a lab coat even without doing any procedure. Like most times you may not necessarily be the one doing the procedure or the one doing most of the things in the unit, but with your lab coat on, there is this level of confidence that the patients have in you, and they believe that you are you are a professional, and they actually would give you access to, if maybe you are being asked to maybe perform a procedure for them. So you having your lab coat on always, especially if you're even going for ward cases, would level up your confidence and build trust even in your patient and the people that you are serving. You have to be humble and bold. Most times when you get to the hospital as a physiologist, there is this stereotype, I would say, because I will not necessarily say you are being looked down on, but generally you are being looked down on, but you should be humble and also bold at the same time. From the consultants, down to the residents, down to the house officers, the nurses, everybody, the unit head, you have to respect them. And when it's time to also ask questions, you can also ask questions with respect. The next thing is never go empty-handed. Like, you are not even supposed to start clinical experience without your logbooks, your case notes, your jotters, anything, because there are some times that you will be ask some certain things. Like there are some units that you may do your clinical postings in and you are required to do a presentation, and there are some things that will be said during some particular procedures, and they may want you to also give them back that stuff during your presentation in the unit. So it's important to, not only for the presentation aspect, but it's important to carry your case notes, your logbooks. If you don't have your logbooks, your jotters, your case notes, and jot down things, write down things, so that you could go back to them, read them, because you may not remember. There are some times that you would be in the clinic and there will be a number of procedures done in a day. You may not remember all of them. You may only remember either the most challenging one, the most interesting case, but you may not really remember all of them. So it's important to jot down every case that you have encountered in the hospital. Time is everything. And when they say 7:30, most times we believe that, okay, if we are doing clinical experience, we can come at our own time. Yes, you may not necessarily be paid by the hospital or given anything, but it's your clinical experience, it's your clinical posting, and you wanted it. You understand? So you should actually stick to time, because if they say they are going for ward cases by 8 o'clock, if you come past 8, like, even though you may be smart, but it doesn't it's not professional. It's not professional. You should be punctual. If you have booked a patient for a particular time, you should be there before that time, before the patient comes. Another thing is to connect with the medical professionals, with the medical students around, with other healthcare students, because I noticed this thing a lot. A lot of students find it difficult to relate with consultants, senior registrars, and all that. Just want to give them distance so that you won't disrespect them. Yes, but most times when you get close to them, you learn. There are some certain things that you don't. There are some cases that you don't encounter because they are rare cases in the hospital. You don't see them, but when you get close to them, they might discuss these cases, and you get to know them. And there are some procedures that are not being done here in Nigeria, and if you get close to them, you get to know that, okay, some of these procedures even existed. You also connect with other medical students. You may not know where or what will happen in the future. The lesson is to ask and don't assume. I would say I was a victim of this during my first few weeks in internal medicine. When you have already been taught ECG in class, I was like, oh, I know this thing. Like my first few weeks, I said I know this thing, but when it was the time to do it, it was a big flop. I could not even remember the placement because I believed I knew it, and I did not even check my flashcards. I did not check my guide, my ECG manual. I just went there to do this stuff. I did not even read. I was told I was going to perform the procedure the next day. The previous day, I did not even prepare. I did not even bother to read anything about it. So I felt so confident, and I went there, and it was a big flop. So do not assume. You have to ask, assist, and don't assume that you know it. When it's kind of a familiar procedure, you can ask them. You can tell them that, okay, you want to do it, and they will watch you do it. They'll watch you do it, and you tell them, okay, you want to learn. I want to learn how to. Okay, why is this? Why did you place this here? Why not here? So it's important for you to assist, ask questions, and don't assume that you know it. You obey all hospital rules and regulations. I could remember in my first clinical posting in year 2, my posting letter came with there's my approval letter from the hospital. It was you are subjected to obey all hospital rules and regulations. Like, it was in bold print. So they expect you, like, even though your posting is at no cost to the facility, but you are expected to abide by all rules. We're in radiology, and radiology, you can come by 9 o'clock, you can come by 10 o'clock, come to clinic by that time. Still nobody will shout for you. But in internal medicine, maybe echocardiography room precisely, and you come a minute past 10. A minute past 7. 10 is too far. You come a minute past 7, and maybe the unit head or the nurse in charge or the doctor there queries you and maybe ask you why you will start shouting. Nobody, like, why would they're not paying me, so why are they asking me? Why are they, So you should, because you want to do that, so you should abide by all rules of the hospital. The next tip is, you stay professional, even if it is stressing you. I think this one, a lot of persons will not agree. I know that they are not paying you, but I know they should not stress you. It should not be that, strenuous. But, most times the patients are watching, and if you display some kind of attitude in front of them, they may not even allow you to perform a procedure for them. I have to record everything. Now, I don't mean you should, for every procedure, you bring out your camera. I know a lot of persons who want to do that. When it's your first time seeing, let's say, the echocardiography, do that. You are not permitted. I could remember in radiology, especially X-ray, you're not even permitted to even bring out your phone. You are not permitted. Take down everything. Like I've said, always carry your case notes and everything. Take down every detail. Every detail, when I mean, write down everything. Everything the doctor is saying may likely make sense to you later. Everything your unit head is saying may likely make sense to you later. So take down every detail, and don't forget to also read them later. It's ready to observe for a long period of time. Observe for a long period of time, because you might also get tired of it. Yes, you might get tired of it. You may be a very good ECG technician. Like, you can place your electrodes. Like, you don't even need to think twice before knowing the particular spot to place a particular electrode. But the unit head may not want you to do it. They may be the one doing it, or there may be other people doing it there, and they want you to just observe. So it's important for you to observe, because in observation you may still notice some certain things and you can still relay them to your unit head. Very important. You may still notice some certain things. Your unit head may just be or the person doing it may just be focused on placing the electrodes and stabilizing the patient, but in the process of stabilizing the patient and everything, you're just looking around. You may actually notice something, and if it's something that you notice something and you relate to your unit head, and it may actually add to the to getting to a diagnosis for the patient. Don't forget to eat. Stay healthy, eat good food, eat something, please, because I don't know for other persons, but while I was in radiology, I think for ultrasound is very stressful. If on ultrasound, you will not rest. I can remember there was a day I stood from 8 a.m. to past 2. No sitting. You are literally standing up. Like they are finishing on a patient and that patient is coming in. They are finishing and that one is coming in. Like you should at least take an excuse and go and look for something to eat, then come back. It's very important, because it's only when you are healthy that you can help others. Please do not fake knowledge. Like do not fake knowledge. Please don't fake it. It's very, very, very important. Do not admit, if you don't know it, you don't know it, and then strive to know it. Don't admit you know it. The next thing is to document your portfolio. When it's time to take pictures, like when you are permitted to take pictures, even or inside, when you are permitted to take pictures, please do, because it's important to build your profile, to build your portfolio, to build your experience, like to add evidence to your experience that you claim you have gotten. So enjoy the process. Learn how to interpret ECG. You want to learn how to interpret basic ECG. You want to know how to identify basic arrhythmias and a lot of other things in ECG. There is a link in the description. Just check, or in the comment section, pinned comment in the comment section. Click on that and you'll get it. You can get it on selar, and you can also message me on WhatsApp for you to get it. Same with EEG. If you want to understand basic epileptic waves, you want to know how to identify basic seizures, generalized seizures and all this stuff, just do the same thing for ECG and you'll get it. Do start clinical experience, and if you would want to begin your internship program, I believe the skills will help you and give you like a first hand, like what to expect and how to go about them in the clinic. So guys, I want to say thank you for watching this video to the end. Like, subscribe, and